Howdy everyone, Diana here, your host, Crowdfund Diaries, episode number 3. I'm here with my buddy, Jack Straw. We'll be looking under the hood of a great campaign that raised over $14,000. It didn't meet its goal, but with that it can still go very far. The campaign is called How to Start Your Farm in 5 Minutes. So it's only fitting that we put it into context, and that's what I came up with as a setting. I hope you enjoy it. And without further ado, take a look at the campaign. It was published on Indiegogo last year.
I grew up thinking of farms as places with red barns, cows, and gray-haired men with overalls. I never thought about where the vegetables fit in, or what would happen when the gray-haired men turned grayer, as I and everyone around me continued to grow up and depend on farms for food. I also grew up thinking that I might become an artist, a model, a violinist, a comedian, or even a fairy princess. Anything but a farmer. Until now. There have been incredible advances in technology over the past century, some of which our growing population could not live without. But some of these are asking our bodies and the environment to compromise more than they can. Through farming, I have learned that we all have choices when it comes to our food, our bodies, and our environment. Things do not have to be the way that they are. Research has proven that people are their happiest when they are part of a strong community and when they help other people. I have seen this happen time and again in multiple farming contexts and with every age group. Rising with the sun, working with whatever weather has been dealt, eating food that has been grown with such care, such passion and hard work, and doing this with other people creates a sense of purpose, a sense of connection, a sense of happiness. In so many ways, this seems small. A little farm in a little town, somewhere in Canada. But it's not small, it's big. Have you ever heard of the butterfly effect? Basically, it's about how small things can impart big change in unimaginable and unpredictable ways. These large-scale implications of a small farm are not always so apparent at first. It starts with the small lessons. Tomatoes aren't always red. Some are green, purple, yellow, and orange too. Cauliflower can be purple. And corn leaves make beautiful music when the wind blows through them. Winter squash grows in the summer. From here, we not only learn to look far enough into the future to anticipate the harvest of a ripe fruit, but to the harvest of healthier communities and localized food systems as well. So, why this video? I am asking for your support. This may not be the most conventional way to fundraise, but as an organic farmer, I can be a bit unconventional. For more information about the farm, about where exactly your money would go, or to view additional resources, please visit my page on Indiegogo.com. If you believe in the butterfly effect, in being a part of strengthening small businesses, empowering youth, and supporting community, then consider making a donation, no matter how small. Trust that a single donation, like the flap of a butterfly's wing, can create meaningful change.
So there you have it, folks. The project owner, Rebecca Bloomfield, that's actually her real last name. She has been, in her life, very involved in other agricultural projects here in Europe, across the globe, and she has a lot to bring to the table. She's very poetic, clever, witty. I like some of her statements when she says research shows that people are their happiest when they are part of a strong community and when they help people. So she tries to, make it a clever storytelling, not just share the fact that, we have to be more conscious of our environment. No, She's actually very poetic about it. She talks about the butterfly effect, how small things can lead to big change. So she speaks to a wide variety of audiences, and I think that's pretty clever. And she also puts in a little education piece in the video, which she educates us about the different colors of tomato, about winter squash that is actually grows in the summer. And at the end of the video, what I really like about it is the call to action. You have 3 black screens, each screen giving us the countdown. One is the the duration of the video. The second screen is how long it will take to make a donation, and the third screen is the actual time it takes to set up a farm. So I think that was very nicely done, not too pushy. It just happens that she raised $14,000, which is pretty good, because I looked around on Indiegogo. There are about 30 campaigns concerning farm in the food category, and about 4 successfully raised, whether it was flexible or fixed. So that's pretty low. So she was among the 4, and so hats off to her. I've seen also the great publicity she's been getting from media. She was featured on USA Today, on CBC, on Ottawa Citizen, and they're really great stories that the reporters captured. It really took her voice to another level in the articles, and I really commend her on that. Concerning the video itself, sure, it's one of the longest videos I've watched. It's about 3 minutes 45. That's a bit long. I know that she's trying to capture the essence of growing organic food and how important that is, but it could have had 1 minute less. It would have still been very empowering. And also, I would have liked to see more of Rebecca, actually to see Rebecca, because I don't think she's highlighted in the video at all. Just maybe she's a little camera shy, I don't know, but that would have been nice to have her talk a good 10-20 seconds and share her voice and her passion with the listeners. Another good part of her campaign, another strength of her campaign, is she really highlights, and this one is in the text portion of the campaign. She highlights how the proceeds are going to be used. Very structured way. It's very clear. It's very expressed in layman terms. For one thing, the big expense is the deer fence. And for those who had farms or who have small farms, deers are the worst enemy in this situation. They're beautiful animals, but they could also eat everything that you've spent months and years cultivating. So that is the big chunk of the proceeds. That's where it's going to go. And thankfully she raised $14,000 so she could invest in a deer fence. I also commend her on her social networking. Her Facebook page has over 1,300 fans, which is pretty good for a small town, because this project will impact the local community. And she managed to attract 1,300 fans on her Facebook page. She also wears another hat. I've seen her website. She's a designer, a web designer, and it shows in the quality of her pictures. You could tell from the video, or you have very vivid pictures highlighting the quality of the products, and also she puts a lot of attention to the background music. It's a very folksy tune and fits well with the context. And her Facebook page is full of beautiful visuals that she has taken on her farm. And also she's like I said earlier, she's a poet, and she uses that in the way she tells the stories of her visuals. I invite you to go and check out her Facebook page. That will give you ideas perhaps for your own projects. But the way she captures the meaning of vegetables in pictures is amazing. Now, her perks are not the conventional perks. They're all surprise perks. It's not clearly outlined, and that might have been one of the reasons why she may not have raised as much, because everything else was spot on. And also with regards to the backers, I find that was very impressive. Of the 87 backers, about 35% gave $100 or more. There were a few who gave $500 and $1,000. So that's pretty impressive, considering that is not a very sexy project, you know, as we're used to seeing on those platforms. To recap, the storytelling is in line with the type of product she's raising for. It might have been beneficial to have a little spot on the entrepreneur herself, just to get to know her. She was very structured in her perks. She might have benefited from clarifying the type of perks, because that mystery around the surprise perk may just work with some people and not with others, and maybe she would have captured more backers doing that. And finally, she does a great job with her visuals, and I think that's very important in that particular category. And that's about it in a nutshell. So I hope you enjoyed this episode, and please do not hesitate to give me your comments. I'm always open to suggestions and to also covering other campaigns that you feel strongly about. So I'll wait for your comments. Again, Diana and Jack Straw here, we're wishing you a great Halloween, and talk to you soon.